There are 5 marketing mistakes that are ruining your interior design studio. Today I'll share all of them with you so you know what to avoid. I see these mistakes time and time again when I'm auditing potential clients for our agency DeqVision. For the last 1 year we have been working mainly with interior design and architectural studios, and we have seen all the good and unfortunately all the bad. Let's get into it. The first mistake is that you're being inactive on social media. I see this a lot where we see an amazing studio with amazing projects, being one of the best in its area, in its region, and then you open their social media and you see that they post once every 3 months. That is leaving the impression that the business is not active, that the business might even be closed. I mean, if I see a business page that has a post that was uploaded 3 months ago, I might think that they're no longer working and I'm just going to go and look for the next studio. Because nowadays, how many people do you think are going to call the number or are going to send an email just to check if the business is open? There are so many businesses out there. Why would they bother with checking about your studio when they can just go to the next page? They can see that they're active and they can just contact them because they know they're going to be active and they know that they're going to get a response. So make sure you start posting more regularly. I always advise studio owners to post at least 2 times per week. And now I know you might be wondering what type of content you need to be posting. So here is a general rule that you can follow. 40% of your content could be educational and inspirational. 40% of your content could be more personal content, and then 20% of your content could be about sales and testimonials. Then the second mistake that I see you doing is that you have no website or you have a very bad looking one. Now, why is that a problem? It's a problem because people who have more serious projects, people that have bigger projects, they want to see that you're also a professional and that you're also going to be providing them with a very professional service. And when they see that you don't even have a website, you haven't even spent, I don't know, like $300 maximum per year for a website, it just speaks to them that you're not being the most qualified studio owner out there. It's very easy nowadays to have a website, and websites for interior design studios are very basic, they're very straightforward. You need 2 main components and that's it. The first component is of course to have your portfolio out there and have all your different photos from all your different projects inside. And you also need to have a very clear call to action button on the homepage that leads people to them filling out the contact form so they can inquire about your service. That's it. You don't need to add anything else. Yeah, maybe you can add a page about you. You can write some words about you as the owner so that people know more about you and they know that they want to work with you. They feel a better connection. But that's it. There is nothing else you need to add. This is a very straightforward website. You can have it up and running in 1 day. You can even create it yourself with most of the website builders that we have nowadays. And then the third mistake is that you have no online reviews from previous customers. I see this a lot. I see some of the biggest studios here locally in Bulgaria when we have been auditing the different studios here. I see them having hundreds, if not thousands of different projects with more than 15 years of experience. At least that's what it says on their website, and I believe it because I can really see the quality of the projects that they have. And then I check out their Google reviews, I check out their Facebook reviews, and I see 4 or 5 different reviews, and that's it. And then you go and see a studio that has just 3 or 4 years of experience, has made, let's say, 15 or 20 projects, but all of these projects that have been done, all of them got a review from this customer, and then their review rating is a lot higher. So it's really important, once the project is over, to reach out to your previous customers and just send them a quick email and ask them to leave a review. It's going to affect your work a lot, and you can't even imagine what that does in the long term, because all these reviews are going to add up. And then the more reviews you have, the more positive words that people are saying about you, the bigger the chance that you get even more projects, the bigger the chance you get more referrals. And when you have all this social proof, when you have all those people reviewing and giving you a good rating, then it's easier to convince anyone coming to your studio. Before I go into the next two mistakes, I want to say that if you are an interior design studio owner or an architectural studio owner, then we have an open spot for you. We're opening up our applications right now. We only have a few spots left, so you might want to apply and work with us. The link is in the description below. Thank you, and let's get back to the next two mistakes. The fourth mistake is that your marketing message is bad. Sometimes what I see on different pages is that the marketing message and all the different text put out there is focusing on the wrong stuff. And by wrong stuff, I mean that you're focusing on the fact that maybe you're a young studio, maybe you don't really have that much experience, and you're focusing on the fact that your service will be much cheaper than your competitors. But think about it, when you're focusing on the fact that you have a cheap service, what type of people do you think you attract? It's people who are not going to be serious enough, people who are not going to be pleasant to work with, and when they see all those low prices, they might even think that if let's say a high-end person with a very big project sees your studio, when they see the low prices, they might think that you're just not ready to handle their project, and they'll just not give you an inquiry because they're afraid that you're not going to do the best that you can. Just because you're offering those low prices, that means that also the quality of the service will be low. So never focus your marketing message on the wrong stuff, such as the fact that you might be giving low prices. Even if you are giving low prices, don't put it out there. Just give the low price when the time for the offer comes, and that's it. And then the fifth mistake that I see is that you have no clear strategy on how to generate consistent project inquiries for your studio. I see this a lot. I see it all the time of studios running ads with no clear idea behind those ads. I see ads that are leading people to their Instagram profile. And then I ask the studio owner, what's the idea behind leading people to your Instagram profile? And they say, well, I'm going to get more followers, and by all these new followers, one of them might be a potential client. They might just reach out and they might become a potential client. Do you really think that's the case? There are literally businesses out there with hundreds of thousands of followers, and yet no one reaches out to them for their service. So this is totally useless. Followers are not the same as people who will buy from you. There are people who will never follow you, never like your post, never comment on your post, and they will still buy from your service. These are two totally different groups. And then I see other owners who are just running ads for the sake of it. They just run one ad that is leading to a project. They're just running another ad which is about contacting them for their service with no clear intention behind it, with no clear messaging, and really they won't even know how to handle those leads. And they come and they tell me, well, I'm just not getting serious traffic from Facebook and Instagram. I don't know if Facebook and Instagram ads are working. Of course they're working, you're just not doing it the right way. Now, if you want to improve the way on how you're generating project inquiries for your studio, then I want to let you know that we have created a system called the Visionary Method that is helping you do exactly that. I've recently made a video where you can get to know all the steps of setting up the Visionary Method for your own studio. So check out the link in the description and make sure you watch that video. You can do it alone, it will take time of course, but you can also reach out to our agency and we can do it for you. Doesn't matter, to me what's important is that you set up the correct strategy on getting project inquiries. I want you to grow. These are the 5 marketing mistakes that you need to avoid at all costs if you want your studio to grow. Ignore these mistakes and your business won't be lasting for that long. And remember, never settle for average.